boys and girls, children of all ages, I want to welcome you personally to this episode of What's Good America. I am your distinguished, calm host for the evening. I want to let you know, I'm going to be calm after I let you know what's going on. This shirt should let you know where Walt's mindset is tonight. So I'm going to do something I normally don't do once we get the show going, and I'll point that out in a second. Like I said, I'm C. Turner, your calm, distinguished host tonight, your Pulitzer Prize winning host, all right? And my cerebral yet angered West Coast buddy, South Side of Chicago friend, my big homie, Mr. Six, Mr. Big Game, James Madison Walton the third. What's up, big homie? You good? Everything all right?
I mean, don't get me wrong. What's good, America?
Matter of fact, hold on.
All right. Normally I'm smiling, but I feel like one of Common's album titles. Nobody's smiling right now.
America, I just want to point this out. I'm gonna point this out, America. My boss is in town. The man whose names are on my check tomorrow. So I am hydrating this evening to make sure I'm presentable tomorrow. I'm freshly shaven. I got the city boy shave going. I'm looking real Florida-like because I got the beard and the bald head. All that's cool. I
respect it. It looks good, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I appreciate that. I say all that to say this. You won't hear too much from me tonight. I have not that much to say, and somebody has.
You got to smile, America.
Somebody has more than enough to talk about. So what I'm going to do,
America, that's what he does.
I'm going to say this. For the most part, I'm happy with my team's drafting. I didn't agree with them drafting the kid out of Miami, but he could turn out to be a really good defensive end. I digress. Walt, the floor is yours.
Well, I guess this is going to be a long ass. Give me a minute. The way he set this up, America, I don't know. I'm going to preface it with this. I mean, when you got Ricky Bobby on your chest, okay, there's a couple things to really think about here. Okay, which Ricky Bobby are we talking about? Talking about Ricky Bobby at the beginning of the movie. You know what I'm saying? When he steps in and subs in and takes third place, and he doesn't know what to do with his hands. Are we talking about this Ricky Bobby? Are we talking about the Ricky Bobby that gets mauled by the cougar? I mean, are we talking about the Ricky Bobby that kind of realizes that, hey, it should be me and Amy Adams at the end, and let's go to Applebee's and get thrown out of it? I'm a little bit of all those Ricky Bobbies right now. I mean, this is where I'm at right now. Okay? I feel like Jean Girard just told me au revoir, Ricky. That's how I felt on Thursday. Like that was my pure emotion. It was the longest car crash of my life. I just kept tumbling and tumbling and tumbling. Remember, they went to commercial in the movie and came back and Ricky was still tumbling. That's how Thursday felt to me. I was so distraught by a couple things. To where like Chris saw what I'm doing because America knows, you guys have seen it, you guys know what's back there. But I don't know, is it a White Claw night? Should I just open up this big bottle of Screwball, or
I think you need something strong this evening, so it's totally up to you.
Do I need shots of Terramana? I'm trying to wait till Wednesday before I go tequila. Because if not, I've also got 100 años. I can just take 100 shots for 100 of the años. Or, I don't know. Maybe I should be sophisticated, drink something I would never drink. How about a G&T? I don't know. Or do I just go straight ham? Really. This is full. Like, do I just go, you know what? Just take it to the head. Because it's really, this is what it's coming down to. Like, it's almost turning this conversation, it's turning into a black and white conversation where I'm going to go. But I'm going to say this, as I just plugged everything. So anybody that wants to pay for this show, please, we love you.
By all means, by all means.
But I'm going to say this. There is a high percentage of this world that is very happy with what my team did. I haven't seen the Bears get this much love on a draft day since Brian Urlacher was drafted. It's been that long to get that type of universal praise and love for a first round pick, which we all knew when they drafted Brian Urlacher. And I was in the boat of, as I've told the story, I had rejected the Bears up to that point. At 15 years old, Chris. So I want this to be understood who you guys are dealing with. 15 years old, I wasn't even getting varsity minutes at Hensel South High School. But in 1998, I knew that Randy Moss would revolutionize the game of football. And when he was passed up, we had the 5th pick in that draft. Everybody wants to talk about Dallas at 13 or 16, whenever they're like, Randy, we're going to take you. Then Jerry balked at it, and Randy shitted on him on Thanksgiving. The Bears had the 5th overall pick. And as much as we've never had a great quarterback outside of, I think, Sid Luckman in the 40s and 50s, we've never drafted a great wide receiver either up to that point.
Nope.
Our best receiver I think we'd ever drafted. I mean, we drafted Willie Gault in the first round, and Willie Gault was a solid player. But was Curtis Conway, I think, was our best. If you think about it on paper, Curtis Conway was the best receiver we ever went and got. And Curtis Conway had a solid career.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No argument.
You didn't get what you wanted, but Curtis Conway was solid in horrible Bears year. Okay, so this is me at 15 years old, knowing that when the Bears passed on Randy Moss, I did not wear an item of Bears clothing for 2 years. I became a Minnesota Vikings fan for 2 years. At 15, that is the intelligence of a football mind that I had then. And I didn't even know how to play the game. I didn't even know how to run a comeback route at 15, which is terrible, which would also explain why I wasn't getting a lot of playing time. So it's a double slap.
It all comes full circle.
But then I go, all right, I'm going to watch like I do every year as every kid that start, 99 happens. Now I'm starting. I'm wearing 84. I'm trying to do Randy Moss moves. Only problem is I was doing them at 4.75 speed. Randy's 4.1.
Yeah.
Randy's about 4.1, 4.2. So, I mean, I thought I was Randy. I was getting, everything Randy was doing was way better. But, I'm emulating this guy. He's everything to me. And he's killing it. Rookie of the year. They damn near go to the Super Bowl. Comes back the next year. All pro. They're killing it. Here comes 2000, and I go, well, what are the Bears doing? I'm a Chicago. This hurts my heart that I'm wearing purple and gold around my high school. They draft Brian Urlacher. I said, all right, I'm still rooting for Randy, but I'm back. 17 years old. So I want you to understand who you're talking to. First and foremost. So I've had time, Chris, to talk about this pick. And here's the deal. If you'd have talked to me on Thursday,
no.
Wouldn't have happened. It would have. I actually was like, please let me just talk to you for 30 minutes. And
no,
you're like, absolutely not.
No.
If you'd talked to me on Friday, absolutely not. Did not hit the golf ball very well that day. Did not hit it very well. I don't hit it very well anyway, but it was not really good. So yeah, let's go there. But by Saturday, I'd started to calm down a little bit. And like I like to do with certain things, especially when it comes to Chicago sports, I like to read Chicago Black Twitter.
It's never
good Chicago thing. Twitter in general.
That's never Black Twitter is a Chicago demonic place. It's a Chicago demonic place.
Twitter, Chicago Black Twitter in sports is amazing.
It's a demonic, honest place. So if you find yourself on the wrong side of it, good luck.
I want to shout out my city because at the end of the day, no matter what, to be the talk of the draft, I mean, puts positive eyes And I'll take that any day of the week. I really will. Okay.
Especially over Chief Keef.
So
bang bang.
yeah, stop that shit. Now, here's the deal.
So bitches love souls.
The best part about this show, whether it's on stereo, Anchor, or it's on this video, and I'm pretty sure it's on video somewhere if we go back and look. Is this show
gonna be on Spotify? Is this show gonna be on Spotify?
You know what, Chris? I think this one's gonna be on Spotify. So
I think it is going to be on Spotify.
Yeah. But I wanted to be known that I have been on record numerous times about how I feel about Justin Fields as a quarterback at the NFL level. Okay. Now, mind you, this comes from a place of one in my field being arguably the best at what I do, which was getting open for great quarterbacks. So I know in my level, which is not Justin Fields' level, I want to give him the credit and the honors he deserves. It is true. The guy lost 2 games in college. It is true. He was in the national playoff back-to-back years. He had a sensational year, statistically, when you look at it. 41 touchdowns thrown to 3 interceptions is nothing to scoff at. It isn't. It's phenomenal. Okay? He did very good things for his team. He did. But here's the deal. It's not going to work. And here's the guy that's going to do this. As Chris Turner can allude to, being a Miami Dolphins fan for the amount of years he has, this is the true fan that I am. One, I love the game. And when I'm loud and I'm adamant about something, you can ask the fiance over here. It's a good chance I'm right. When I'm loud and adamant and I repeat it, I have some backing. But I'm also the first to apologize when I'm dead ass wrong. Like I need to apologize for the first show. I don't know. I said something on there. The first show, it was dead wrong. Oh, it was the Nick Saban thing. I think I apologized for that on stereo.
You did.
So that's the best part about me. I'm going to always own what I say. I am not going to be Skip. I'm not going to be Stephen A. I love Uncle Shay. I'm not going to, when I'm wrong, no, I'm not going to put Uncle Shay in there. Uncle Shay, when he's wrong, he says he's wrong. I love you, Uncle Shay. Chi-Town stand up, by the way.
Hold on for a second, Walt. Now, let me flip the other coin over on this one, because I said I'm not going to say that much on this show.
I have not even begun to fight.
I'm not going to say that much on this show, but I will say on the other side of that, whereas when Walt gets loud and adamant about something he's right, and if he's wrong, he will admit that he's wrong. Me, on the other hand, you can ride that wave to hell waiting for that apology from me, buddy, because you're not going to get it. I'm going to be loud and I'm going to be wrong as all get out, and you can wait for an apology that you're not going to get.
Well, you do apologize to me from time to time.
Well, that's different. Yeah, you deserve an apology from time to time. Now, there's been other times where you can ride that wave to hell your damn self.
Which I have done quite a few times over the last... Where are we at? Yeah, we had 12 years now.
Solid 12. Solid 12.
I think you started to like me right about this time. I think this was right about when we.
Yep, we had a couple games in like this.
Yep. We'd have been like week 6, week 7. I think you started coming on the show on Big J show. Shout out Big J, and McLovin 101.9. We love you guys. So, okay. So I have been very clear about how I feel about his play. But as a true fan, your job is to be mad about it. You could talk all the shit you want, but week 1,
right?
I'm rooting for this kid because me being wrong about him means the Bears are successful, and that's all that matters. And I'm good with that, and I can live with that. Okay. So I want to set that out there. Here's another deal about this. And not even so much about picking him. He was drafted number 4 out of those guys. And honestly, That's about where I felt he was in this class. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. Here's how I had him ranked. Trevor Lawrence, without a doubt. You just
Clear
go
cut.
with that because you can't coach 6'6". You can't coach winning as a freshman.
No.
Yeah, like he's known he's going to be the one. I'm not saying that he's going to even be Andrew Luck, but some things you just see, and he's got some stuff about a number 1 pick. And once the Jacksonville stuff calmed down about him talking like I want out, so you got to watch what you trust. I think he's in a good spot because Urban Meyer loves him. Okay, and I don't want to overtouch Urban, because that's a touchy subject. But
out of respect of people I love dearly, I will not speak on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
You
this
should.
evening.
I mean, they're going to double their win total. They
So
play
they'll have
2 wins. I mean, they play Houston twice. They don't know what the fuck's Houston going to do. Sorry for the F-bomb that earlier.
just already. So
They're going to beat Houston. They're going to beat Houston twice. And speaking of that, this is off topic because I'm going to get back to this and then we'll talk about other things about the draft because I want to get it out and let my guy go because I thought you guys had a solid draft. I really want to talk about your number 6 pick. But, think about Tennessee. Their entire secondary is gone.
right.
Like, that division is made for Carson Wentz right now. Like,
Yeah,
Carson Wentz, and I swear to you, I said it on the show. I said, that dude he's in the right spot. They got pieces. They got an O-line. They got a defense. Everybody talking. Listen, everybody was like, ooh, not Carson Wentz. In the back of my head, I'm like,
that's not bad. Like, it's not a bad look.
when the guy had an O-line and had pieces in the defense, he was the MVP of the league before the knee injury. Like, it's nothing better than short memory when we want to have it, and then long memory when we want to have it. So that's the thing. So Justin Fields, the long memory is, well, he only lost 2 games. The long memory is, and I'm gonna give Chicago Black Twitter this. I understand the importance of us drafting a black quarterback. I understand that, and I'm for that. This is also towards Mike Bazemore because Mike Bazemore called me Uncle Tom.
It
was coming. He called me Uncle Tom because he was messing with me, and he ought to know better because if he knows the history of this show and the things that I've said and done on this show, you don't ever do that. And he owes me an apology.
We're not gonna let that go.
Hell no. Should I read some of the stuff that he said? I ain't gonna do that because we'll lose connection on him. I
hope we lose connection.
But
America.
I'll get back to that later. I'll get back
America.
to that. Hold on. No. Let me go. Let me go.
Our text chain between myself, Walt, and Baze. It got real dark. It got real dark.
It was not nice.
It got real dark on draft day. I take credit in saying that I did not do my part and try to soothe and calm the rage and the fire.
I'm glad it's not me. On top of that, you had too much going on Thursday. You had all sorts of draft picks. You had to focus. Like, what were you going to do?
Oh, God. Now, once again, if you look at just the ignorance of the level of the text chain, which we will not repeat ever. But I'm sure if somehow when we make it big, those texts come out, we will all be canceled immediately.
No, you're not canceling me.
We will all get canceled and lose jobs and several other things in our lives. So, oh my God, are you?
You're not canceling me. Nah, listen. Because here's the truth. Because it was shame on him. Of all people, that's all him over here. Like, and he knew it too. He was driving it in because, first of all, he knows better than that when it comes to me. He got to thank me for a lot of things. But I ain't going to go there. That's a different topic. He'll be on the show. He's going to apologize to me for the shit he said. That was bullshit. Now, point is, this is what my bottom line, this is what really irritated me. It was not so much Justin Fields. Because like I said, where he was picked is where I thought he ranked out of these 5 guys.
Right.
Like I said, Trevor Lawrence, clear. In my opinion, and this is where everybody's going to disagree with me, and I'm fine with that. Mac Jones was the second best quarterback in this draft.
Mac 10.
Period. It has nothing to do with our Alabama alliances that are well known on this show. Nothing to do with him, honestly, having a hell of a year. It all comes back to me what he did after that Auburn game and what he did in that Auburn game. And I've mentioned that multiple times. And for him and the story's starting to come, like it's starting to happen now because Bill Belichick's name is on it now. So when that happens, it's like, now we need to look. I didn't need Bill Belichick to tell me what my eyes saw because thanks to them doing what Chris Turner said they were going to do, which has really made this a really bad offseason for me. I had to watch this guy play all the time. And this is where I get with people. I get this argument about, well, talent this, talent that. Peyton Manning had talent at Tennessee. Do you remember Peerless Price?
Mm-hmm.
Marcus Nash? Jamal Lewis? Yeah, they were all Peyton Manning's teammates. So when I have people that don't, first of all, when people want to bash you about certain things, and this is what you're saying and all that, but they play a different position from you, and they don't really understand what it really takes to do that and get that done. That really also gets under my craw because it's disrespectful to me. One thing to ever throw color with me, because I have been a neo. I'm not going to say the rest because I don't want to lose our screwball sponsorship that hasn't quite shown up yet. But let me tell you something about me, America. It's been happening to me for a long time. I'm going to put this on wax and let it be known. And Britt Taylor can fact check this because this is a fact. It happened to me because at my school, I was the first black kid that had D1 talent, but didn't need a coach to save him. And that shook up everything. Well, this kid's got decent enough grades. And he's smart enough to know, this is messed up. And he's challenging us. So you know what we're going to do? We'll bench him. We'll take the ball away from him. We'll get him like that. So when anybody tries to Uncle Tom me, you got to be grateful that they did. Otherwise, you wouldn't have the greatest podcast ever known to man. What's good, America? So don't ever do that to me. So I'm putting that on wax. And that's why I want my apology. Don't ever Uncle Tom me because I went through it. Now, the third best quarterback, in my opinion, went right where he went. And it's been Trey Lance. And I'm going to tell you why. Trey Lance, to me, and seeing how they run their offense there, his 4.4 speed is what he obviously used to get him out of situation. Right. They run the I formation there. That's why Carson Wentz translated the way he did. They do pro-style stuff. They hand the ball off. They do play-action passing under center. And basically what Kyle Shanahan said to himself was, what if I can take the things that I did with RG3 his first year, but I can keep this kid safe. And this kid, if I can develop him, and in my opinion, I feel like you draft him to 3, you start him. But the caveat is you have Jimmy Garoppolo right there, who took you to a Super Bowl 2 years ago.
Right.
Who has also got one of the best records in the history of starting quarterbacks. Jimmy Garoppolo has not lost a lot in this league when he started. So Trey Lance has always been number 3 to me. Justin Fields is 4. And in my opinion, because I just didn't see him enough, it's always been Luke Wilson's been 5. But I understand the arm. Once I saw I get the potential. But I also get what the Jets are doing. Pretty boy Floyd. One of the best memes I've ever seen was Luke Wilson. What was it? Luke Wilson?
Zach Wilson.
Looks like an actor playing Luke Wilson in a story about Luke Wilson. That was hilarious. I showed it to Callie. Callie actually gave me a little belly laugh. She was like, but I knew it was funny.
Let me let me just take a second and disagree with you. Like I think it's Zach Wilson actually. Is that his name?
Luke Wilson. Did I say Luke Wilson?
You said Luke.
I'm drunk already. Sorry, Zach Wilson. My apologies, Zach Wilson. You are the number 2 overall pick. I did not mean to disrespect you in that way. So yeah, sorry, Zach Wilson.
Now,
Chris.
I'm. This isn't even coming from a partially biased place, and I agree with you on your order up until 5. I like the kid. Don't get me wrong, and like his pro day was exciting. He did a bunch of great things on air in shorts. He did a bunch of great things in whatever conference that BYU was in. At the same time, and this is how you know I'm serious and how much this hurts. I liked Florida's quarterback.
Kyle Trask.
I like Trask. And I think Trask should have been, and I get it. He had the world around him. You had arguably the greatest college football tight end with you. You had the second.
That's false.
Roughly. In the way this new game is played, he's going to be always marked up there super high because of how this game is played.
Yeah.
Now, hold on before you rebuttal. I'm going to agree with you. If you look at encompass the whole tight ends as a whole, from I won't even say all of football, I'll say the last 25 years. He might be top 5, but he's like at the very end of top 5.
There you go. That's better.
That's for people who know football.
And also, you know how I feel about him because I said what Atlanta should do. Listen. This is my point about this whole thing. Before this draft happened, we had our show.
Right.
And what did I say Atlanta should do? Take him.
Yep.
You got a guy that threw for 56,000 yards. Don't trade Julio.
Nope.
Try to outscore everybody. I literally said what they should do. Now, whether or not they hold on to Julio, who knows? But
they got until June 1st. They got until June 1st with Julio.
I think they made the decision with that draft pick. Like, you're going to hold, like, why would you not have Julio? That's access to TO. Like, that's good things for this kid. Like,
just to hit with the Julio thing, if they let Julio go, watch how fast he either becomes a Patriot or a Raider. Watch how fast that happens. Like same day type thing. Like watch how fast that happens. But what I was saying was I like Kyle Trask at 5, and then I like Zach at like 6. The reason why, and I hate to go with like the whole level of competition because D1 football is, no, that's a lie. It's level of competition because when you're going against, because what BYU's in the Mountain West, right, or whatever.
I think they're Mountain West. I think they're Mountain West. Yeah.
Okay, so there's a difference between playing.
You can't do that, and you specifically, it can't come from you, Chris.
I know. I know. But I'm gonna do it anyway because there's a difference between there's a difference between playing a COVID-stricken University of Nevada and UNLV.
I'll give you that. Like that's a very good argument point.
There's a COVID-stricken Nevada and UNLV and Boise State, and then you're playing a COVID-stricken Georgia, South Carolina, Kentucky. Because even if you take the COVID-stricken Georgia, South Carolina, LSU, guess what's behind those 5 stars that are starting? 5 stars that are waiting to start. Guess what's behind that starting D-line at UNLV? Probably 1 walk-on, a couple 3 stars, and maybe 1 5-star.
And about 10 James Waltons. Hey, man. So these are just things I want to clarify about my position on Justin Fields. Like, it hasn't changed. You know, like, I think and I've said this, I think he's extremely talented. And I love how, and this is the thing, this is where it gets dicey with me in this sense, because I understand the rhetoric of how African American quarterbacks are treated. Nobody knows that more than me. So anytime, like my intelligence, that's the only reason why I'm mad. When you insult my intelligence by saying things like that to me, you're being disrespectful to me. Because I'm always the smartest football person in the room. Outside of Bill Belichick. I've said this on this show.
Humble brag.
But I'm just bullshitting. There's a bunch of guys smarter than me. But not Mike Bazemore. He's not smarter than me in football. I'll say that right here on this show. And to his
it's so many personal attacks from you so quick. The personal attacks
that better. You're not gonna come at me on my cell phone. You've had my cell phone number for 12 years. And you know I've had this platform for one. And if you come at me in a certain way, I will always give you a chance to come on the show. I let Dallas Leslie come on here and shit on me. Like I'll let you come at me when I'm wrong. Like you won the league. I'll give you a chance. But when you're wrong, I'm gonna hammer you. I don't care how many degrees you got. You don't ever insult my intelligence and try to put it towards some you sound like them. No, I am me. I am 1-1 and none of none. If anything, I'm a spawn of Ricky Bobby. Because let me tell you something, if you ain't first, you're last. Shout out Ricky Bobby.
Please be on the lookout for the What's Good America live from Arizona coming in here in about 3 weeks. Let's just make that.
With Mike Bazemore on the show.
with Mike Bazemore on said show. So matter of fact,
you know I love you, but you know you were wrong. And you're gonna apologize. I just need a
We're going to save that show. We're gonna save Bazemore coming on until we get all together.
He's gonna have to bring his own laptop. We're gonna be on different laptops. I don't want to be in the same room with him until I get my apology. And then
because there may actually be a physical altercation.
No, there's not.
Because I'm going to make sure I'm going to make sure there's alcohol involved and like alcoholic courage, and like I'm gonna go back and forth. Best man hit my hand. Like I'm going to make sure that there's
no physical altercation. Ain't no that. Baze will whoop my ass 10 times out of 10. Ain't no physical altercation.
Baze from maybe 12 years ago could probably take you, but this is now pencil pushing. All I do is cardio. Like he don't lift anymore. He's like on a keto diet now.
Hey, sidebar. Why are you trying to get me knocked out of my own basketball? All I'm trying to do is get him to say, "I'm sorry, Walt." That's all I want. You over here trying to fight? I'm not. You're not. He's not. Yeah. Hey, what did Jamie Foxx say to LL Cool J? Where you go? Hey, where you going? Oh, we got a game. I'm an actor. I act.
I'm trying to Don King the crap out of this. I just want to put that out
for no reason. All I want him to say is, "Hey, Walt, man, my bad."
No.
And then come back and get it to me some more. Because that's my favorite. That's my guy. So here's the bottom line.
Go ahead.
It took me 25 minutes to get to this point. It's what we did to move up to 11. That's really what irritated me.
You gave up too much.
That's the point.
You gave up too much.
His value is not that.
No.
Value is not given. That's really what once I calm down, that's why Chris is smart enough. That's why he's, but What's Good America is a combined effort of us. But that's why Chris leads the show, because he usually is the one, when he's mad, even when he's mad, he can control himself. When I'm pissed off about something, which is very few things, he's like, nah, if you go on this, you're not going to get to the crux. Let's have some entertainment with it. Shout out some people. We can plug some people. But the crux of all this is very simply, that's what it is, Chris. We did not need, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna shout out my boy. I'm gonna shout out my boy Daryl Reddick once again, who I went to college with, one of my favorite guys in the world, who has been a big proponent of this whole Justin Fields shit. Too much to the point where he said Justin Fields is Patrick Mahomes 2.0. So I want to try to get him blasted for saying some dumb shit like that. Matter of fact, in my chat, I had multiple people say that this person is like the next version of Patrick Mahomes. And I said, can we stop saying people are the next we didn't know Patrick Mahomes was Patrick Mahomes until he won the MVP his first year starting. Like, do you understand how crazy that is?
Well, it's the microwave society, dude. Like, it's microwave society where we're always looking for the next instant gratification of things. So saying somebody's the next Zion or the next Patrick Mahomes or the next, like what's the big kid? Like it's like they're always looking for the next thing while you still have the one thing.
Here's the deal. Like, here's the thing where I don't mind it in certain places. Like the one place I liked it was like when they were talking about Russ is like Drew Brees 2.0.
Right. That makes sense.
Body type, arm angles, winners.
Right.
And you just kind of knew, like, you picked this guy, like, you can see that. Patrick Mahomes is his own model. We have never seen anything like what he does with his type of arm angles. Just like with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is a different dude. I hate him. I love him now that he's leaving my division. But there's things that I watch him do, and you just grimace when you hate. It's like, listen, man, like there's certain guys where you're like, I've seen that before. You know what I mean? Like, but there's certain guys, I still haven't seen a guy throw a football the way Dan Marino does.
No.
I've never seen the things Patrick Mahomes gets away with because of his ability to put that much velocity in a football. I have yet to see that kid. And you know what? We act like Patrick Mahomes has been in the NFL for 10 years. This dude is 26 years old. And I might be off a year.
And
they're
because of TB12, Patrick Mahomes is 25, 26, which means we got about 10, 15 more years of this kid.
He might be the one that plays to 50. Because at the end of the day,
he's mobile. And that's the thing, like, Pat is mobile, but, like, he's safely mobile. So, like, he doesn't run unless he necessarily has to. And even then, it's like, all right, I'll get this first down, and I'm not even sliding. I'm just getting out of bounds. Like, I'm not even taking a chance on sliding.
Now, here's the thing about Justin Fields. I've seen Justin Fields.
Right.
He's still in the NFL. So I know what his ceiling is, which is a good ceiling. It's Cam Newton. And he's smaller than Cam. Cam is a defensive end with an arm.
True.
That's a big dude.
True.
I've seen Justin Fields, which means he has the ability to get a team to the Super Bowl, which is all you want out of your leader. You want your leader at some point to be in the MVP conversation.
Right.
That's one of the best. That's one of the best football seasons a quarterback has ever had, any year. Obviously, it's hard to put it up against Peyton's 56. Mahomes is 50 and 5,000. Tom Brady's 50 and 5,000. Marino's 48 and 5,000. But Cam's 35 and then 11 rushing and throwing for 3,000 and running
was
for 800.
Different. It was so different.
That's a top 10 all-time quarterback season. Any way you stretch it. It'll never make one, but it definitely shouldn't be 10. It should be right around 8, 7, anywhere from 8 to 4, depending on how you want to look at it. So that's my thing is when you give up your next year's first round pick, Chris, you're telling me this kid is going to win me multiple playoff games.
Yeah.
Years.
Because you've been your future on him.
Issue. You bet everything on this kid. Yeah. And I love my team, but is my team that complete to where you had to give all that to move at 11? And this is why I bring up Daryl. He brings up an article where the Vikings were looking to take him. If they were really looking to take him, they would have took him.
They would have.
They knew all these teams, like, if we go back and look at the order, we knew that it was basically the NFC corridor up to before the Patriots, because you had Philly, Dallas, and the Giants, who are going to basically feature in my give me a minute. And then you had here's the teams. So Philly traded back to get 10, right?
Correct.
So Philly swapped with Dallas.
Correct.
Now, if they had pulled the wool over everybody's eyes and said, well, you know what? We're going to take the best quarterback available because we don't believe in Jalen Hurts. That would have been a shocker. Then okay, well then if you go, you know what, we want one of those guys, similar style quarterbacks, right?
Right.
You make a move and you trade what you got, right? So this is me talking to Daryl specifically because we're both Bears fans and all we want is for the Bears to win. All right, pick 11 was because who picked 20? Pick 11 was the Giants. The Giants have their quarterback
and the backup.
Pick 12 was Dallas.
Got their quarterback.
Pick 13 was Los Angeles. Almost said San Diego. Pick 14 was the Jets, who just drafted a quarterback.
Correct.
Now, pick 15 was the Patriots.
The Dark Lord himself.
I think Bill Belichick knew at the end of the day, and I'm going to speculate on this as honestly, I don't think he wanted any part of Justin Fields because he saw Justin Fields for a season, and he knows that he's going to have a better season out of Cam, but he knows the highs and the lows of that. He
knows the dimension of his offense, and he knows he's more successful with somebody who already. Matter of fact, I'll go into that in a second. Go ahead.
Yeah. No. So, you go ahead and go because you're making my point about why the Bears. What I'm really mad about. I know it took me 30 minutes to get to it, but this is what I'm mad about. Go. They knew what they were thinking.
Where I'm most, and I guess this is me just being a Dolphins fan. Where I'm most upset is that the entire draft, all the analysts and everybody else, Belichick's gonna move up. Belichick's gonna move up and take his guy. Belichick's gonna move up and get his guy. And like you never heard anything come out of New England whatsoever. Because Belichick knew he just sat back and he watched the first 4 or 5 picks and knew, I'm gonna get a guy that already has been coached to pretty much a good deal of his potential and can be coached hard and knows how to play in a system.
Hey,
I'm gonna get my guy.
And I can give him a whole year. Because I think they're gonna be much better. Listen, Cam is gonna be better.
Yeah.
Not to the point where I'm gonna have the faith I had in him last year.
No.
But I just feel like with a full off season, now you've got he loves a quarterback like Cam, who to me, remember the old Madden view window back when remember how Peyton Manning's was the whole field? And it's a cheat code to play with Peyton Manning because you didn't have to look in the window because Peyton's was the whole field. You just hit X box or whatever, circle, and Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harrison catch a bitch. Cam has always done well when he has a tight end that can get open. If you look at his history of his career, he had Greg Olsen.
Yes.
His entire career. Greg Olsen's one of the all-time greats of this era. Hall of Famer? Nah. Yeah. But all-time great tight end in this era, Greg Olsen, for his 10 to 12-year run, was a top 5, top 6 tight end. Consistent. Good player. So he went and they got Hunter Henry. They got Jonnu Smith. They got a burner. They got Aguilar. They're going to try to develop a couple of these other guys. So they've made the offense more compact to the middle where Cam's ability is. So that's why he wouldn't want to do that because he's used to having a guy that, I'm not saying that Tom got that at Michigan, but Mac Jones going first round to me, just seeing his path to even get to that.
Yeah.
I think that's more just circumstances because, it's not 2000 anymore. Like Tom went through that because Drew Henson was the best player in the country. Drew Henson and Ronald Curry were the best athletes in the country, and they came out in the same year, I think, in 2000. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're in the same era. Like Drew was out of high school was the deal.
Yeah. Let me say this.
So I just respect, keep the thought, but I'm going to say, that's my point. And then I go back to this, Chris, so I want to get through it. Then he goes, well, Minnesota was looking to trade in. If they were looking to trade in, they would have done it.
They would have done it.
but they've committed to Kirk Cousins. And they know there's guys coming up. So pick 16 was the Cardinals. 17, we know they're going to stay with Derek Carr because if John Gruden really loved one of these guys,
he would have came and got him like he reached. He would have came and got him.
He would have went and got one of them guys. Come on. So that's pick 17. Pick 18 was Miami. Oh, their second pick that they brilliantly traded for. They got their guy. Washington might have been the
possibly,
maybe, but maybe they're looking at it as, well, Fitzmagic, we know we can get a season out of him.
We'll get 7-8 wins.
Do we really want Justin Fields or Mac Jones? And they didn't. There's the Bears at 20. All I'm saying is maybe trade up, but when you give up first rounds pick next year, because you don't know what that pick could be, what puts a kid like this over the top. Maybe you have a solid. So that's really my issue, man. I'm sorry it took 45 minutes for me to say that, Chris.
Well, let me say this, and then we'll get to these give me a minute because I want to get the show on a positive note.
Shit, I'm gonna need about 35 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just bullshit.
I will say this, and this is me being a double homer on this one. I think double homer on this one, I can fully admit. There wasn't anybody else in this draft outside of like the kid from Michigan whose family migrated from Africa and everything else. But Mac Jones was one of the most deserving people in this draft because he sat there for 4 years. You come in a 3-star, mind you, the high school that he went to in Jacksonville, Florida, is not known for quarterbacks. It's an option offense. They just now started to spread it out with Corky Rogers and everything else. Matter of fact, Corky retired. Anyway, it's not really known for quarterbacks. He was a 3-star guy, ended up at Alabama, and I remember telling several people this. We'll be okay with Mac. Like if you think of some of our more successful years, it's been with just like a pro style, like non-super mobile quarterback who just, all right, let me get the ball out of my hands. Because if you look back at it, Alabama really didn't start getting 5-star quarterbacks until Jalen. And everybody thought
5-star?
Yeah.
Really?
And everybody thought they were going to change Jalen into a running back.
Jalen was a 5-star quarterback, and listen, man, I like Jalen Hurts a lot.
Here's the thing,
change anything, Chris. I still would have been a no-star receiver based on my film.
Jalen set several records in Texas, and like he put on like a highlight show every game. The man put up numbers, so he was a 5-star. So we didn't start getting 5-star quarterbacks until, what is that, 4 or 5 years ago? Alabama is not known for recruiting 5-star quarterbacks. We recruit 3-star quarterbacks that know their damn role. Like, listen, I'm going to go get you the best running back I can. I'm going to get you the best O-line in front of you, and I'm going to get you a damn good defense. All you have to do, throw less than 5 interceptions, and I get you a ring. And if you look at every quarterback within Saban's dynasty, and you can even take it back a little bit further into other people's reigns at Alabama quarterbacks, and I'm not going to get in the kitchens in the middle of now, but if you look at the Alabama quarterbacks, they've always been guys that just, all right, I'm not going to screw it up.
Freddie Kitchens was a good player.
Kitchens was, like he was. I'll give him that.
He was a really good player.
But Max sat there. He sat there behind Jalen. Sat there behind Tua. Then the new kid, Bryce, comes in, so you're thinking, all right, well, Mac has to transfer and go to Florida State or something like that, which is right down the road, and they're going through a shit season. He'll come back and go to Florida State. Maybe he'll go to FIU or whatever. He sat there. He learned from all these mobile quarterbacks. He learned from all these different offense coordinators because you got to look at it. There was about 3 offense coordinators during that time. He learned from all of them. And then when it was his turn, he came in, all right, so end of the season, Tua's hurt. So you mean I got 2 first-round receivers and then 2 first-round receivers behind that. And then I got 2 first-round running backs. possibly 3 because quiet is kept. Like I really like the running back B-Rob that's behind all of them. But I got 2 first-round running backs. I got a myriad of O-linemen that are going to get drafted in the first round, all Americans. Oh yeah, I can do this. Yeah, just throw a screen and let him run. Done. So I just feel like the man was most deserved, and he went into the best possible situation for him.
Well, and I think this is where you're at with it too, Chris, with Mac Jones, and why to me, like when I look at the quarterbacks that I watched this year, why to me he was the second best quarterback. I think he really bring up the way bringing his up, his upbringing up at Alabama is. He's the last of what guys in our generation went through that
I know
aren't
it.
necessarily.
Yep. I know where
So
you're going.
there's something to that. So why would Bill Belichick not move and not even be flustered to go, you know what, I've missed the last couple of first round picks, but I do need to find me a guy because, I've done it this way in the past. Tom got me 20 years. But this guy, like you said, checks off all the boxes.
Yep.
He's very close with Nick.
Yep.
Because as quiet as kept as some of our football fans do know, but I even know some of those fans don't know, Bill and Nick go back
years.
Let me
decades. Decades.
Nick Saban was on Bill Belichick's staff in Cleveland. If you didn't know that, don't ever come at me about why I don't like a quarterback.
Hold on, let me help out a little bit more. Nick Saban was on Bill Belichick's dad's staff in college, so they're familiar.
So Nick is a cussing son bitch, like he is. And he doesn't apologize for it. I've always respected Nick Saban. I can't stand him, but he's in a rarefied Mount Rushmore for me of players.
Kiss the rings, bitch.
That I just absolutely can't stand because of where they are.
Because all he do is win, no matter.
And he's the only he's the only coach that's on this list. We're talking like he's on that list. Albert Pujols is on that list.
What's Albert? He's a good guy.
Great guy. But those 10 years in St. Louis and being in college and having to deal with that shit, man, winning World Series. And he was the best baseball player on the planet. Oh my God. Oh, I had to watch all 380 of them home runs he hit. Oh my God. Oh no.
He was.
Oh. Aaron Rodgers is another one. Brett Favre was bad, but it's worse with Aaron Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers is like this dude, hey, because you know what? At the end of the day, how are you gonna ever argue? Like it's hard to argue against a fan when the quarterback has 400 touchdowns and less than 100 interceptions. All you can say is, well, can't win the big one, and you can ride that to the sunset. Hey, gotta thank Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless is the first one to go, but he's 1-4 in championship games.
That's all you got. That's the thing about it. That's what you got.
It. This dude has a 4-1 touchdown to intercept. Like nope. Mahomes is the only guy that has a chance to touch that. Nobody else will touch. Aaron Rodgers is going to retire with like 600 touchdowns and 125 picks. Like it's dumb. That is insane. Hey, for y'all out there that love us, those are Chris Dixon numbers. And I think Chris Dixon's numbers are even better than that. I think Chris was like 7 touchdowns to 1 pick. So like that's what we're talking like. Like Aaron Rodgers will most likely be the greatest when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? And then the other guy, and it's only for the 4 years that he was in Miami, it's LeBron James. That's it. Like that's where Nick Saban is when it comes to coaching. Like it's my Mount Rushmore of like, I just really do not like these people. And it's because the colors they wear, not the people they are. They wear the wrong colors and the wrong people support them at the wrong times in my life, and I can't stand it. That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, we're gonna go straight into Give Me a Minute. Walt, would you like to go first?
Man,
or would
I
you
got
like to
so
go
much.
second?
I'm gonna let you go first, and I'm gonna finish it, and I'm gonna try to keep it. I'm gonna try to keep it short because I feel like this whole episode was a give me a minute. We didn't even talk about your number 6 pick. Like I feel like we could come back tomorrow and talk
That's
about.
fine.
Your
We
team.
could come. We could come back. We
gotta talk about your team because I thought your team did some really good things. Well, that actually, it's more about that 6 pick. I'm very intrigued by that. I really want to just talk about that 6 pick for about a half hour.
We could talk about that tomorrow. Yeah. America, I've taken my sip. Give me a minute. This leads into another show all by itself. I was driving today to the gym, and this is going to lead to a Walt defends the 90s again. So I'm driving.
We need a 90s episode. It's been a minute.
I am driving to the gym. Now, I don't have my phone hooked up to the truck or nothing like that, but I'm driving to the gym. I got my gym mix on my phone, but I got the radio going. So Aaliyah comes on, the Rock the Boat song. Now, because I'm focused, it's a chest day, like you get a nice little pump and everything feels good, like I'm getting my city boy size back and everything else. I am listening to the words of this song. The Aaliyah song is disgusting. And I'm so taken back that it took me to be 37 years old to fully realize what she was talking about in that song. That song is utterly disgusting. I'm not gonna go into the words because my kid is in earshot, but that song is disgusting. Rock the boat, work. I guess I am going into the words. Like work a little, change was. Like, listen, there's no defending 1990s R&B because 1990s R&B, I guess it was subtle enough where maybe it got past my mom. Honestly, maybe it didn't. Why was she allowing me to listen to this filth, first of all? Like, there is no way in hell this woman. No, all right, listen.
Well, let me hijack your give me a minute here so you can keep going into it. So would you rather be Rock the Boat 2001 or WAP 2020?
I guess Rock the Boat. I guess it was more subtle, I guess. But like, here's the thing. Aaliyah is the crown princess of R&B. I get that her catalog is not as extensive as, say, a Whitney or Beyonce or Aretha, anything like that. But the fact that, and I'm not even trying for an R. Kelly reference on this one, but I still got it, and I didn't even think about it till now. The fact that R. Kelly was a part of this success further lets me know that there's no way in hell Walt can defend any of this, of the filth that went on in our childhood. America, if you have children, and I'm not speaking to myself because my child listens to 90s R&B with me, but if you have children, make sure you put like the adult censor on like your Alexa or your Spotify and all that, except if you listen to What's Good America on Spotify. But make sure that you are guiding your child the right way so that they're not listening to these random reckless songs from the 90s America, because that's been my minute plus.
Probably leave you alone, 'cause you didn't answer the phone. I bet she'd be glad you was gone, so she wouldn't have to work. Yeah, the 90s. It was an interesting
exactly.
Question. That's all. But if your girl only knew, Shout out Aaliyah. Shout out Timbaland. Shout out Missy. All right, America. I think I actually know what I'm gonna do. So let me take a couple sips because it's been that type of week for me. I'm finally calming down. America, give me a minute. First, some quick shout outs. Shout out to my namesake, James Madison Walton Jr. Any new transitions you're hearing, Pops has us covered and he's dope with it. So if you ever understand why I get so affectionate and emotional about the music, all I have to do is listen to the dope changes you're going to hear whenever we're on Anchor. Shout out to Pops. I want to shout out my entire wedding party. That includes Mike Bazemore himself, who is just in a What's Good America doghouse, but one of my best friends in the world. I love all you guys to death. Hey, here we go. We're just a few weeks away, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm just gonna do a whole Chris, this is how I feel. I'm just gonna do like a whole bunch of shots. Bill Gates just got a divorce today. I couldn't believe we were doing a show today. Like Bill Gates got divorced? Hey, that lets me know Melinda Gates is like, hey, we hit a certain number and I'm gonna cash out right now, partner. That is crazy.
Can I hijack yours for a second?
You can hijack because I'm gonna shout a bunch of shit.
In the course of 1 year, two of the richest men in the world have gotten divorces. Because remember, Bezos was last year, and then she cashed out.
Hey, they out here cash apping. I'm telling you right now, America. I was told, and I'm gonna go ahead and shout her out like I always do, damn near every show. But Chris, the fiance said, you and I should do like a relationship advice show. And what's hilarious is I didn't know what I was going to say in this. You let me just basically talk. And I didn't even get everything out on Justin Fields. So I got enough for that. I'm good, right? Like, I'm good. Like, I'm just going to hate on him until the first game. Kelly goes, you guys should do a relationship show. And I was like, word, as luckily as we got with the both of y'all, like, we absolutely should not do this. But I will say this. I tell you what, if you got that dope of an idea, I guess you might as well write in, I guess, like, hey, if you want out at this point, the only reason that Melinda Gates, like Mackenzie Bezos is a different story. Jeff Bezos was over here doing Jeff Bezos shit. Jeff Bezos, like, I never thought I would say this in my life, but Bill Gates ain't got Jeff Bezos money. Like,
no.
Who'd have known us being kids, 80s babies, Project 90s kids, true 2000 savants, 2010 experts, and now 2020 old men, that we would say that Bill Gates' money ain't shit compared to somebody else. Let me tell you something. Bill Gates seemed like the type of dude like, hey, listen, you hit a threshold, and I knew that my technology was going to do what it did. And if, you know what, you want some different things going on, you can play some Aaliyah in the background and do that. That's crazy. Bill Gates? What did Bill Gates do? That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying about that. Let's see, what else do I have here? Just doing tidbits. I want to shout out all the future guests that I'm going to ask to please be on my show with my man right here, the co-founder of What's Good America, one of the greatest phrases that we actually own. Thank you, U.S. government, for doing
trademark, baby.
Two brothers.
Trademark.
I want to shout y'all out because, as Callie knows very well, I can beg like a mofo. I will beg you to be on the show because we are just trying to get there so we can just do this all the time. There'd be nothing better in my life if Chris Turner and I could just take an hour and a half out the day and just talk and get paid. So I guess that leads me to please hit the Spotify, hit all that. You're gonna see all those things kind of like listen to those shows, listen to our craziness, listen to our development. You see two guys that were very comfortable when it started. But now when you listen to it, there's guys that are way too comfortable. Let's see. What else do I have here? Because I think I got about 30 more seconds before I got to let you go. Which is 30 is basically like 4 more minutes. At the end of the day, let's really, and let's do this one here too, because this will lead to the subject. I don't know who creates like these pages because of like what you search and you see things, but like my Facebook feed now always has like the LeBron James supporters. So I don't know how like that hack happened. But you know, it's hilarious that I saw today. They talked about LeBron a year ago, like the bubble year. Like, yeah, I think teams should play in the bubble. You know, I'm not the bubble, but like through the play-in, yeah, they should have to play in.
And now that he's almost in it,
man, who? And this is the quote. This is the quote. The person that came up with this bubble shit should get fired. And people want to have arguments with me about GOAT status, like
no.
Like, and it's not even that. It's just like, because I love the dude. Like, he's so good. He's so good. But remember how we and speaking of that, remember my phone is like, I wish I had a job where my phone just went off. I just was like, hey Chris, we're going on. That's what I want in life. Will Smith posting pictures like this is the worst. remember when I brought up that Will Smith had like the worst, like, I mean, it was a bad year, but like
it's showing this year. It's showing now.
That's all I'm saying. I was bringing it up. And Will Smith, I love you. Will Smith, we love you. You did not do anything. You are not in the worst. Will Smith, you look better than you with your shirt off. You 55 years old, man. Like, you dope. Stop that shit. You don't think dad bod's not that's gonna be around forever. Some of us are just getting shredded because this is where we at. I mean, Chris, look how my shirt fits. Yeah.
I'm not mad at you, baby. It was chest day today, so like I got a nice little pump on.
I ain't gonna flex, you know what I'm saying? But I had some barbell shrugs. I felt strong a little bit. I ain't never gonna be 275 pounds. It ain't about that. It's just about the way the package looks like. I just want to look like an athlete. And all I gotta tell you is, I don't even know if she can hear it, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. The fiance was like, thumbs up, buddy. Got that tattoo. So at the end of the day, America, this is a bunch of grab bag stuff. So let's repeat it. Bill Gates got divorced from.
Facts.
Will Smith.
Dad bod.
You got it, dude. Don't worry about it.
Facts.
What else did I talk about? I forgot all. I'm just there. I'm not even drunk. I'm exhausted. But that's give me a minute. It's just a bunch of shit that we should just talk about. And
I'm with it, man.
The fact that you want to keep, just putting that shame, like, look here, man. Stop it. There's you look here. I would rather the code be there. I would rather hear Maya the best of me than anything Janae Aiko's got to say right now. Oh, I got my last, give me a minute, because we were talking about it. And I saw it on Instagram, and I appreciate Callie. What did I say about Billie Eilish? On this show.
She was going to date a black dude.
Well, I'm going to retract that she's going to date a black dude. It's a wrap now. I told y'all. I appreciate Kelly Palmer because I got to appreciate the artistry of somebody that purposely went out of her way to dye her hair all sorts of crazy colors because she knew she knew. She was like, look here, as soon as I get grown, it's going to be a whole different. Billie Eilish, I would love to have you on the show to talk about you. But I'm going to tell you right now, this next album you drop, with everything you're doing, you're gonna have a whole different viewership and fanship, and I just hope you're ready because you're talented, like you really are. Like the fact that I like Bad Guy, somebody like me should not like the song Bad Guy, but if I hear do 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 do,
I love it. I personally love it myself. So bad guy.
Mr. Neo Soul is not supposed to like Bad Guy, but that song is dope.
I love
and
it.
she can go. I want to shout out Ocean Eyes. Callie's been playing that song for me for years. So, Billy, I just want to let you know we are big fans of your music. Okay. And we're the ones here. Like, if you need security, I promise you, I can put 20 pounds in this frame. I will do security. I will knock a mother out and still do the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
You know. So I just want to also throw it in there. Like Billie Eilish said, hey, it's my time now. She basically said with those Vogue photos, like, I knew this. And here's the crazy part. To all my young players out there, if you didn't see it, you ain't shit. Why would she wear the big ass baggy clothes if she didn't know? She was like, shh. And she has no filter with her mouth. She was like, shit. She was at home like, I want it to be about the music. I want it to be about the music. I want it to be about the music. As soon as I do this,
it's a wrap.
I'm in a Britney Spears like, because she's talented, bro. So I would tell all my young listeners, take your shot now, but take a good shot. Don't be out here on some bullshit, because Billy ain't on no bullshit. She's vegan. She's about saving Earth. She has cussed out those that go like, dude, she's legit. I respect everything about her, and I want her to know that. And I think it's dope that she's put herself out there at a young age and doing that stuff. So that's really the end of my giving, and I'm done. I'm just.
So with all of that being said, this has been another episode of What's Good America.
No idea what you heard.
It's been another episode of What's Good America. I am C. Turner. That's James Big Game Walton III. Oh, you can find this episode on Facebook, Instagram, Anchor. This one won't be on stereo unless we figure out a way to put Anchor on stereo, which we're going to figure that shit out. But you can see how long it took us to get stereo. Then to get Anchor on Spotify, which you can find this episode on Spotify. So with all that being said, we found
out in Florida, they say stereo, and it's stereo. So, I mean, that's what we're at on this show already. Stereo. Jesus Christ, 904. I'm sorry, keep going. You're doing so great.
All that being said, it's just, he knows how to fucking, here's my F-bomb. He knows how to fucking kill my vibe. So, with all that being said.
Sorry, Mama Sharon, but I got an F-bomb out of him for the end of the show. I'm sorry, Mama. Oh, and stop hacking my Mama Sharon. Whoever that is out there, we'll get you.
That's a fact. You hack my mama, I will come hack you. Anyway. The same question we ask every time, the same question my mama know the answer to, which is, what's good, America?
What's good, America?